Hey everybody, welcome back. My name is Monique and welcome to Medora Budgets. I'd like to thank anybody who's liked or commented on any of my videos, especially those that have chosen to subscribe to my channel. Truly started this way as a way to hold myself accountable, but I understand, recognize, and appreciate the community as a whole. If you are rocking with me on this journey, thank you, thank you, thank you. And if you haven't made up your mind yet, sit with me for a spell. At the end of this video, if it's content you find valuable or enjoyable, please feel free to subscribe. It's myself and Sweets, married with a whole bunch of kids, trying to figure out our future, family, and finances so the decisions we're making now won't negatively impact us in the future. Today is Saturday, the 16th, and you will see this video on Saturday if I can get my stuff together and get it out. There is a lot going on today. Plus, I have to work this evening. For those of you all who are not aware, I'm a business analyst and a project manager for my job. Sometimes as a project manager, you have to be available when projects launch. There is a network change that is happening tonight into tomorrow morning. So I will be working all night. And when I say all night, I mean all night. So listen to these meeting invite times. 10 p.m. I got a meeting invite for 10 p.m. I got a meeting invite for 12:15 a.m. And I got another meeting invite for 4 a.m. For 4 a.m. So your girl is going to be struggling. So I got a lot of stuff that I need to do today. And I know I'm not going to feel like making this video no time soon, or in the time that it would take for me to make it and then load it for maybe Monday. So I'm going to do it now and then I will load it today. So we are here to do an expense tracking. It normally would have been for August the, what is it? For August the 10th through the 17th, or 16th. There you go. It would have been from the 10th through the 16th, but it's going to be from the 10th through the 15th this time instead. And then we'll try and make up for it later on. We'll figure something out. But anyway, we are now in our traveler's notebook for our budget. We talked about that in the last video. I have now gone in and added some additional information on the monthly calendar view. That's what you can see here, to include the bills and then whether or not they've already been covered or not, because maybe there wasn't money due. So Kindle, for example, did not have to pay anything. Best Buy, I'm not going to have to pay anything. Citi, I'm not going to have to pay anything. So for Best Buy and Citi, they are credit cards that are paid off. So I leave them on the calendar just in case I ever have to bring them back into play. I know what date they fall on, but then I just scratch through them and X through them to let me know I don't have to worry about covering any costs for those right now. So that's what you see here. I also want to talk through some money moves that I have made overall, and I'll scooch in. Oh, excuse me, I had to sneeze. So I'll scooch in a little bit. All right, so one of the things that I talked about in the marriage and money video for Sweets and I is that he is really big on bringing in additional income. I'm really big on taking care of debt and lessening my expenses. But he's starting to, he's starting to rub off on me a little bit. I'm starting to rub off on him a little bit. So with that, I did need to figure out some ways that I can bring in some additional inflow. You'll notice here, I've made a list for August of items that I want to sell. So I have a mini fridge here. I have Passport Travelers, that's a notebook, a Moterm pocket rings cover, and 3 tops for Shein. So, I did go on Mercari and I loaded the Traveler's Notebook and the cover, and I've gotten some likes. I think even this Passport Traveler's Notebook cover might be in somebody's cart if I'm not mistaken. Nobody's purchased anything. Fine. It's fine. I'm in it for the long haul, but I did want to go ahead and just make some moves. So that's what I did. So those are loaded on Mercari already. My youngest ordered some tops from Shein. She got a job now and a lot of disposable income. She ordered 3 tops. Well, she ordered multiple tops, but 3 of them, she looked at them and she was like, I don't want them. So she put them in the bag for us to give away to Goodwill. And we do have some items that we are sending there. But I told her since these were all brand new and they have not been worn at all, I'm going to try and sell those on Mercari as well. And then I have 2 portable tables or fold-away tables, and they're desk tables, nice thick wood on top, particle board probably more so than anything on top, and then the stand under the bottom, and you can always collapse them. I have 2 of those. I paid $50 a piece for them at Amazon. They're in perfect condition, nothing's wrong with them. In fact, I used to use one of them for my desk before. Oh, that one might have a problem because I think it has an iron where I tried to iron something on it, so I might need to look at that one. But I'm gonna try and load those on Mercari as well. So we'll have all of those items there, and they'll just be there until they sell. And if they don't sell, they just don't sell. But they're just sitting around my house right now, and I need to do something with them. But I also have listed here mini fridge, and so I did have a problem with my refrigerator actually and my stove. I do have AHS, American Home Shield home warranty. I was able to pay that I pay for every month. When the refrigerator went out, I scheduled them to come in and to fix it. I had to pay a $125 kind of deductible fee. But because both the refrigerator and the stove are both handled or manufactured by Whirlpool, it allowed me to enter both of those on one ticket. So I actually got both of those items fixed for that $125 charge, and I'm excited about that. When they came in to check these out, they needed to order some parts. As long as the parts were less than $2,000, American Home Shield would still cover it under that $125 charge, and they were. So they finally came in just a couple of weeks ago and finished those off. But it was about a month almost that we went without having a refrigerator. So I bought a mini fridge from Lowe's. It was a Hisense one, I think it was. And now that our refrigerator is definitely fixed, they called back a week later. It's still working. It's still working now. I did decide to go ahead and sell that mini fridge, although that is very upsetting to my adult kids apparently, because everybody had dibs on who was going to get the mini fridge and put it in their room. So that would be nobody. I did sell that, and I got $100 for it, and I've already deposited that money into the bank, and honestly it's probably kind of like already spent. What else did I do? So here, I don't know if you guys can see that. I'll come in just a tad bit more. Yeah. All right. So here we have the other money moves that I made. Now that I am back to using Fubo TV, that's $100 a month, and I need it because I watch football. We are football fans. So with that, when I suspended Fubo for 6 months while football was out of play, I did get BET and Paramount. Now that Fubo is back, I got rid of BET and Paramount. Now they don't match up in cost. BET and Paramount together is only about $20. Fubo is $100, but it does help a little bit. So I did make that move, as well as my Microsoft 365 personal that I have. It is a yearly subscription, so it's handled out of my yearly subscription bucket in YNAB. It was coming up for renewal on the 19th at $80, and I decided that I don't really need it. I was going to go that route because I wanted to use Clipchamp for my video editing software, but I decided to go with InShot. So because of that, I decided to get rid of the Microsoft 365. And then once I got rid of the Microsoft 365, I went back in and added OneDrive, which is my iCloud storage. I still need that part. I don't need all of the other stuff because I already have Microsoft Office on my laptop, but I do need the OneDrive. So I did go back in and order that. That is $1.99 a month. So that will now get added to my maintenance subscription bucket as a cost that I need to take care of monthly. But I thought that was a good trade-off. I traded out the $80 for the $1.99. Now I did have the $80 already saved up and sitting in my high yield savings account for this. Now that I'm not going to have that Microsoft 365, I did allocate that money throughout the other categories within the subscriptions bucket in YNAB. So that money has been allocated, but it's been put to good use. So I think I'm paid up now on InShot. I'm paid up now, I think, on BJ's. So, and some other things as well. So we've been able to reallocate that money. So those are the money moves that I have made so far. come out just a tad bit. And I did add in over here. Well, let me talk first over here about this side. So here are the amounts as far as my expenses are concerned. And you see those over here. And I've already tallied them up over here. But just to talk through the transactions overall. So 8/10, that Sunday, was a spendy day for food as well as Amazon. I got some planner items and I got some personal items as well. I forget what the personal items are, but I did delineate between the two. So that means they must have been separate. So part of that was for planner, part of it was for personal. I had a no spend day on 8/11. On 8/12, I ordered some more personal items on Amazon. And then for Walmart, we went to Walmart, had to get some home supplies, and that was $38.16. On 8/13, I had gas. I got gas at BP for $15.03. Now, this is a Wednesday. Sweets is out of town, so he's not cooking. So I went to Subway and got subs for myself and the kids, and that was $38.25. And then on 8/14, Thursday, I had another no spend day. Now, that is the day that my friend came and picked up the mini fridge. She paid me $100 in cash, and I did go and deposit that money immediately. So it is in the bank. But you'll notice here in very fine print, don't know if you guys can see that, it says Sweets, Lawn Love, $76.79 giving. So what had happened was I asked Sweets takes care of the lawn service company communications or interactions. We use Lawn Love. Lawn Love is a service that's available based on your zip code. They want pictures of your property and how much land that you have and the types of things you want to get done. They negotiate a rate with you on how much your lawn should be for them to get it maintained. And then they go out and they find a company that will come in and do it for that cost. So that was a lot easier for me, and it was definitely better because they are responsible for finding somebody. So say, for example, your maintenance guy's equipment goes down and he can't cut your lawn anymore. They are responsible for going out and getting somebody else at that rate that has already been negotiated. So I love it. I've been using it for about a year or so now. So, but it was connected to my credit card for a while because I had that major landscaping thing I had them do, which was like $400. I wanted that to come out of my credit card, not out of my bills account. So I asked Sweets to go in, connect this Lawn Love service back to my bills account. And when they did that for my Georgia property, it also then defaulted that as the payment option or the payment source for his South Carolina property as well. So I paid $56.95 for my lawn. And then a couple of days ago, I'm checking on my account and I look at my bills account and it's been hit for $76.79. And I'm like, why, y'all? I've already paid for my lawn. Turns out that was the cost of Sweet service that he had done on his lawn. So I told him, don't worry about it. Don't give me the money back. I actually had enough money still allocated in the giving bucket and to cover this cost. And that's what we did. And that giving is in the bills account already. So it didn't have to move any money or anything like that. It was money that was allocated and I just let it sit there in the bucket. So it was available for us to use. And that's what we did. So I still consider this to be a no spend day for me. I didn't spend any money. It's not my fault. But Sweets did have that Lawn Love. There was $76.79 and that was taken out of giving. And then we went to the movies last night to see Nobody 2. And so he paid for the tickets and I paid for the food. So that's what you have there for the 2028. So over here, I went in and changed that we were only looking at expenses from 8/10 to 8/15. Food total from all of these that you see over here was $144.39. Gas was only one charge of $15.03. We didn't have any over-the-counter medicine that we needed to buy. Home was $38.16. Personal was $45.35. Sinking fund $25.78. So over here where I have the planner that I bought, or the money that I spent from the planning category for $25.78, that was pulled from a sinking fund that I have. So that's what we have showing here. And I probably need to put here that was for, it was pulled from planner things is where that was pulled from. And then miscellaneous is that giving category over here, the $76.79 that I have there. And when I go back and look at this, so I'm going to, y'all, I twist these things up in here. There you go. Just so that I can always have one with me and I don't have a pin loop for it. So I do want to mark off here that this was a plus. So we'll just do that for that because it's not listed over here and as expenses, but it's an amount that you see. It wasn't covered over here. It was actually inflow, not outflow. So I'm just going to mark that off there. And then we'll just twist this back up and just have that there. All right. So all of that together totals $345.50. And for week one, so week one was $449.94. Alrighty. Week two, $345.50. So my hope is I'm going to write in all down on this side, the right side, all of the amounts for the totals. And if I choose to do, I don't know that I will, but if I choose to do a monthly recap or a monthly closeout, I'm able to see exactly how much was spent versus how much was brought in as inflow, and then track how much of that was how much additional I used for sinking funds, because that should cover the difference between the two. All right, so that's what I have there. And then I did go in over here and I did write in that from sinking funds, this was sinking funds that I pulled money for week one. Week two, I got the $25.78, so I have it written down here. I'm going to develop a different format for my inflow, I think, up here to accommodate for these times. And then I did add the $100 that I have here for the mini fridge. So there you go. So that's my expense tracking update so far. We are doing pretty good. Thanks everybody for your time. You guys have a good one.